What's up, everybody?
I'm sick, so y'all don't get a yerp this week. But
we're welcome to Militia Uncut. We're getting into another one this week. If you're new here, I'm K. This is D. This is C, and we are the three amigos, the three caballeros.
the author.
I was gonna do that, but I didn't. I wasn't sure if they get that one. So I was
Hope
like,
nigga snitch bigger. My bad. I'm bugging out. Don't mind me. Continue. I
yo,
fuck with that song.
yeah. So, this is what we do. Follow us, subscribe, like, and all that stuff. Share. This is our show where we talk about a lot of different topics, and we're just being real and authentic. So, on that note, I want to bring up a topic, get a little deep today. Guys and how they operate in relationships. Personally, I feel we need to step up a little bit more. And it doesn't necessarily mean be better. I mean, yes, but also I think it's just be a little more real with yourself.
I have a question
in terms
to
of
ask
your
you.
standards, in terms of what you want, in terms of your demeanor. Just be more authentic about your shit and hold yourself accountable with the way you treat your significant other in your relationship.
Okay.
One thing that I've been seeing a lot lately, and it's starting to get more like in my not close, but friends that I know, especially on Instagram, I'm seeing a lot of like single mothers, and I'm seeing a lot of like things where like, because I grew up with a single mother for the majority of my life. Like, she got married later in her life, but I know that struggle of firsthand of seeing my mother trying her best to take care of us, where our fathers weren't around in the capacity that they should have been or could have been. My personal experience, if you've seen my earlier video way back, I'm very close with my father, and my father's influence on my life is big. So I don't feel that loss, but at the same time, I always felt that void, especially because my dad was such a good dad. It was like, if you're so good of a dad, why are y'all not making it work? Like, why are you not here every day instead of like just on the weekends? Because that's how it was a lot growing up in the beginning, and I've seen a lot of, whether it's, like I said, people, old friends of mine, or young like models or entertainers or whatever. Like, I see them with their kids, but like the fathers aren't around, and it's like, where are these relationships faltering, where we're just entering these things and entering into these relationships, and then we're bringing children into the world without that like full family like figure. Not to say that it's absolutely needed, because I did good without it being that picture perfect family. I can't, I turned out okay, but I'm just saying, like, where is that disconnect happening?
I was gonna ask, like, so what do you think is the answer? Because
one, I think it's age and maturity.
Okay.
I think it's, and not that this is anything new. This has been happening for like decades, but I'm just like, I think people are entering into things that they're not emotionally ready for, and the result of that turns into either and it doesn't necessarily just result in like a child being born and then the parents aren't together, or like,
what do you mean emotionally ready for? Like,
I think people enter into relationships, whether it's physical or romantic or whatever, and they're not fully like grasping what it takes to really make a relationship work. I know on both ends, but I'm speaking from the men because we're men in this car, so I can't speak fully from the women's perspective. But I think there's a lot of things that communication wise is off. I think the respect for our significant others or for the opposite sex or the same sex, if that's where where you're at, like that's like, I feel like it's there's like a link, there's something that's off, and I'm not sure exactly what it is.
I gotta ask this: are you speaking from personal experience, or are you speaking from just you seeing other relationships from the outside?
The majority of it is from other relationships outside looking in, but I've seen it also in my own relationships. Like, I feel like there's something that, like, there were moments where if I was a little more
the accessory's still on.
Yeah.
Well, there were moments in my past relationships where if I was more emotionally mature and better with communication, I wouldn't have got myself into the situations that I got myself into ultimately. And there's things that could have been avoided.
Do you feel, this is my thing, I understand what you're saying, and maybe I'm doing it just because of like where I'm at in my relationship right now, but I don't think it's just one side.
I'm not saying it is, but like I said, I'm only speaking from this side because
from the guy side.
We're the men. So like, I can't say what exactly is lacking. I can say what I think. Side. Yeah, I can say what I think, but I can't speak too much from it because, I don't have that other opinion to bounce off of because there's no women in the car right now. But from a male's point of view, I think there are things that we can do better, like I said, and hold ourselves accountable for our actions, because there's a lot of it's one of those things where like we keep damaging each other, and because we're not emotionally like mature, or we're not like fully secure with who we are, or we may not 100% love ourselves, and this is on both ends, where it's like we enter into relationships but we're doing things that are wrong, that we know are wrong, and then we're messing up each other because if it's a bad breakup, and then they're messed up for the next person, or it's things that carry with them and stay with them, and then they become guarded, and everybody's like damaged. And the thing is, like, we're in our 20s, and the amount of things that I've heard, like, my friends have been through in their relationships and the stuff that they've experienced, like, it's really sad. Like, some have been in abusive relationships, some have been in emotionally manipulative relationships, I mean, what happened with my sister and her marriage, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's things that like that I'm seeing where it's like we're really like hurting each other when we should be better, and it's like it's messing us up, and we're really young, and everybody's like guarded and damaged, and a lot of younger women that I've seen on social media or in my friends deal with anxiety and depression and all those different things. And that doesn't just come from relationships. It could just be something that they naturally have. But it's like, if we're ill-equipped to deal with what that comes with, it's like we're not helping each other grow and be better. And it's just something that I've noticed. And because, like I said, there's only men in the car, it's like thinking of what things we can do to step up and try to change that dynamic.
I want to hear what C has to say on this.
See, I'm confused right now. Like, what? Okay, so what is the question here? Because I understand what you're saying, but like,
where can we improve as men?
Just in having better relationships?
Yeah. But this is not I want to say this one thing. As men, and even speaking on in the car alone, this isn't something like a overall, this is a case by case thing.
Yeah.
Like, everything is case by case. Because, like, for me, perfect example, I have a very short patience. So like some of the stuff that my girl does, I don't have the patience for, and I just be like, I don't have the patience for this shit. Like, so, and then for you, it might be something else. For C, it might be something else. So I think it falls on a case by case basis, you know.
Yeah.
But every guy, they know what their flaws are and so on and so forth. I think it's you just have to work on yourself.
Like personally,
you know?
like,
and then as you're working on yourself, you work on the relationship too.
I feel like, because I grew up around a lot of men, my uncles, cousins, all that shit. I see the way they approach relationships. They genuinely didn't give a fuck about most of their relationships. So they were like selfish in their relationships, but they weren't trying to be good anyway. So it was just like if they wanted to make the relationships better, they would have. They just didn't care about it. They just did. They were just with that person until they just didn't want to be with that person no more. And then it was over. Like in my relationship, I have a pretty good relationship. It's not perfect, but if I need something, it really just takes me telling my girlfriend that I need something that we'll figure out. Like, we'll like come to compromise and shit. Like, it's really not that hard. It's just you have to actually want to do it. Most people are in relationships just to be in relationships. They don't really care about the other person.
Gotcha.
And if you don't care about the other person, then you're not really trying to make it better. You're just like, all right, this is what I'm doing right now. Because I've been in that relationship too, where I was just like, all right, this is what I'm doing right now.
And then I think another thing
move on
is
eventually.
like another thing when it comes to relationships, like you said, we're all young, so how many relationships have you really been in?
Yeah, like
you feel me? Like how much experience in a relationship do you really have?
Yeah, like I haven't even had that many like. I say this all the time, but I haven't had that many like girlfriends.
Exactly. You know, like to be honest with you, I'm my girlfriend's first boyfriend. Really, like I took her on her first date. Now she's done other things, but it's like the chivalry and other things like that nowadays is kind of like, I don't want to say dead, but like a lot of niggas don't really do shit like that unless you're wifey. Like a lot of niggas are just fucking out here. Which shout out to you niggas. I wish I was like y'all sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like most people like our age that are in relationships, they're not in serious relationships. They're just fucking with, even if they're only with one person, they're really just fucking with that one person right now. They're not even like in a relationship related. They're just like, no, we fuck with each other right now. Like it really doesn't go past that. So it's like they're not really looking to make this like the greatest relationship ever. They're really looking at it like, no, this is what I'm doing right now. This is just what's happening right now. I'm not expecting this to last forever. I don't even really want it to. This bitch is bad, and I'm fucking with her right now. That's really as far as most people our age go at this point.
What do you think, Kay, since you brought up the topic?
I mean, I think he kind of gave me the answer. I think the key is that people aren't. I think that's the mistake, that people are in like
relationships they don't really want to be in.
Yeah, it's like that's
because a lot of people are afraid.
Yeah,
that's like you said, thing. Like I think I touched on this before, like, and you touched on it in the beginning of what you were saying. But a lot of people settle. A lot of people settle in life. A lot of people settle for jobs. People settle for people that they don't want to be with. A lot of stuff. Like, they're afraid to be. A lot of people, one thing I realize, especially with men, and I don't understand this, is, and we spoke about this on the alpha and beta shit, a lot of men are afraid to be alone. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, I get it, you want company, but, like, I tell my girl this all the time. Once again, I don't mind if you want to leave me. Because I'd rather you be happy by yourself than in a relationship with me and you're not happy.
That's a fact.
Like, if I'm by myself, I'm fine with it. I don't need to be with somebody. Like, I feel like guys feel like they need to be with someone. Like, females, they're very independent. That's why they're like, yo, I'll be fine. Especially nowadays.
Yeah, now?
Like, they're A-okay by themselves sometimes. More than half of the time, females are.
actually move more like
Like-
niggas now.
What?
Or they move more like niggas should now.
Yeah.
Because niggas move a lot like bitches now, so.
Hey, not lying there, sir. Feel me? But I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of people are just afraid to, to go out and see what else is out there. Like, there's no, how can I say this? There's nothing wrong in trying. You understand? If you want to try to go ahead and make the relationship work, cool. But if you know, like, yo, it's not happening, I'm not happy, either speak up and be like, look, this got to change. Something has to happen. Like, this is a topic that I actually wanted to bring up, but when it comes to effort and, like, relationships and how much your significant other, your girl, your boy, how much do they appreciate you? I think that's another thing that comes into play a lot. Because if you don't feel appreciated in a relationship, then you're not going to be like, all right, I'm going to do my best.
Yeah, you're not motivated to keep that relationship going.
Like, I'm retarded. Sometimes I don't feel appreciated in my relationship, but I still give it my best. Like, I'll hold on there. You feel me?
No, I do
That's
that.
me.
I'm definitely that type of person.
But not to sidetrack your topic, I don't know.
No,
if
it's
you're
fine.
But that was my topic. So how do you feel in your relationship, especially with the newborn? Do you feel appreciated?
Well, see, especially with the newborn now, both of us are more focused on
Your daughter.
the actual baby now. But before the baby, see, I'm the kind of person in a relationship, I just try my best to do my best off rip, and I end up being better than a lot of the other guys any of my girlfriends have been with before. But I do it so consistently that they forget.
Like, yeah.
That's what the problem is. Like, they forget. And it's like after a while they just expect you to do it. So like when you're doing something good, it's expected, not congratulated. But then when you don't do something as good, that's when the shit talking starts. And then you're looking like, wait. So when I don't do something, you have a lot of shit to say. But when I'm like A1, I don't get no thank yous.
I got an idea.
None of that shit.
I think there should be like a girlfriend's retreat, right? And we just throw them into the wild with nothing but like 8 shit niggas. And just be like, have fun. You feel me? And like the niggas is just like, yo, you got the tab for this, right? I ain't got to wait this time. Like,
OD.
Like, oh. Wait,
Do that consistently.
I came in you? Oh, no, that's a little too far because nigga fuck my bitch. Like,
you said go to dinner and be like,
shit.
I forgot my wallet at home.
You got this, right?
You got this, right?
Appreciate
Or even worse, hit you with the, what you mean? I thought you had it.
Oh, man.
Niggas have the money, be like, but I thought you had it. Like,
That's some real shit right there.
But I think that's when the non-appreciative thing, because like I'm actually like good in a relationship, but I'm so consistent at being good that after a while, it's not special anymore. It's just expected, and then once it becomes expected, it's just like,
nigga, what?
You're just sitting there like, you ain't see what I just did, and then she's looking like,
Mr. Expensive Gifts all the time. Terrible, nigga.
You know, and Mother's Day's coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fuck. You fuck yourself over.
You thought I didn't know what to do for her fucking birthday, nigga. I didn't even know Mother's Day was next month.
Yeah, you fucked yourself up.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing for Mother's Day.
I don't know. Better figure it out. Now, the reason I bring it up is because, like, I be feeling like I'm not appreciated that much. Like, me and my girl got into, like, a little small thing the other day, so it was like, all right. So you think of this of a nigga. All right, cool.
So you think this of a nigga.
I wish you would go fuck with one of them niggas that you used to talk to and see how that worked out for you. Because I put money up, them niggas wouldn't give 2 fucks about you at all. But I be feeling like sometimes that's what you got to do to your girl.
But see, I think that's the other part of it. Like, you and your girl, you guys have been in a relationship for a long period of time.
I don't want to say that long.
I mean, relative
Three,
to
4
like
years. Yeah.
that's long for how long people stay in relationships now.
Oh, so you saying our time is up?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, and with me, we're about to hit like the 2-year mark. This is what I'm saying. I feel like
That's crazy.
our girls have been out of the game so long that they
You
don't
throwing
realize.
them back out there? Oh,
You
God.
know, but they don't realize how ain't shit niggas really was. Because right now they're thinking back like they'll see it in like their friends' relationships. Where they'll be like, oh yeah, my friend's fucking with a nigga that ain't shit. But it doesn't really hit them because they're not in that water no more.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
point.
yeah, there's ain't shit
I see your
niggas.
point.
But it's like, nah, but you don't have to deal with those ain't you haven't had to deal with them ain't shit niggas for a minute now.
That's
you
a
don't even
fact.
know what that water like no more. You that old nigga on the block talking about when he used to have the keys he
Like,
used to
shut up,
sell.
old nigga.
Yeah, like you don't even know what that water is no more. So it's just
You want
like
to hear something funny? Now that you brought this up, I remember one time I'm joking around with my girl. I was like, yo, who used to ever break up? Like, what would the criteria be for a nigga now that you need? She was like, well, one, he has to have a car. I was like, oh, bitch, you fucked up there.
Yeah, that's already
a lot of niggas don't have cars.
Yeah,
Let me
straight
get
up,
this
so
straight
like-
right now.
Yeah, so it's
a lot
like
of niggas don't. You either fucked up there, especially our age. Nah.
like niggas
So
like
that's one. Well, he definitely has to be making his own money. Up, bitch.
niggas said strike
Still
two.
fuck it up. Like, a lot of niggas our age haven't even finished high school, bro.
That's a fact. But
Which
see,
is crazy.
But
to
this
me.
is what I'm talking about.
Like-
I'm like, and there, like, I know, like, see, my girl doesn't do this. I'm pretty sure your girl doesn't either. But I know other bitches, like the ratchet bitches on the block, that they'll hit you with the line, I can have any nigga I want. To me,
My girl has said that before, but I don't think she even believes that really.
no, but to me, that's not even the thing, though. To me,
That's
in my head, no, but to me, in my head, I'm like, a bitch that's saying that is a bitch that you don't remember how ain't shit really is.
I'm telling you.
Because when
I'm
you
a
get
create
back
that
in that
shit,
water and a nigga hit you with the, oh, you got it this time, though? When he hit you with that consistently.
How we getting there?
See, when she hits that enough times and she's like, oh, wait. Oh, this
I
is
got a
what
good
ain't
one.
shit was.
I got a great one.
Oh, this was horrible. Yeah, you don't remember how bad it really. You've been out the game too long. You don't really remember what ain't shit is. You don't really remember what dealing with ain't shit is. That's what I think. When a girl has been in a relationship with dudes like us, as long as our girls have been with, they don't remember what ain't shit really is. They can see it. They hear other bitches talk about it, but they don't really remember. If they were to be thrown back in that water, then it's like, oh, I fucked up. These niggas is different. Like, yes. I think that's what the real problem is.
I'm telling you.
The real, that unappreciative,
I'm gonna
that
make that
feeling,
girlfriend trip.
that feeling
that
when we
1
start
week.
feeling unappreciative, that really means like, you don't remember. You don't remember where the fuck you came from.
I'm about to just be like, nah, you got that. You got it right. I'm training you. I'm training you to see what happens if you fuck up. You know what I mean?
Because
you keep misappreciating a nigga. Like,
But see, the funny part, which isn't really funny, because for this to happen, it would mean that it would be over. But the funny part would be to see a girl
What they
try to
go through.
readapt to ain't shit niggas.
and you know the thing is, for females, like, yo, throughout the years, if they hit 25, like, I feel like this. If they hit 25, they still single, yo, they're looked at like,
Yeah.
bitch, you're broken good.
Yeah,
Like, you're damaged goods.
Because it's like,
And
you're
then let them
25.
hit 30.
Yeah, because it's like, you're 25, 30.
I kind of feel bad for females.
You've been through
like,
enough niggas and none of them wanted to keep. What the
Yeah,
fuck
there's
is
something
wrong with
wrong
you?
with you.
The fuck is wrong with
Yeah.
you? You
So-
a crazy bitch? Or you just ain't shit bitch? Which one? Because that's usually the two.
But what if they're just doing that like independent thing, like you said, like they just not.
They could definitely be focused, but you gotta understand, there had to be one guy that like caught your attention,
Yeah.
and he was on his game, and you was on yours, and it was a mutual respect. Like there had to be somewhere along the line, and 9 times out of 10, you would think like,
Yeah.
what happened there?
Yeah.
You know, so. know.
And also that point, even with the independent thing, also you run the risk of being that girl that, yeah, you're independent, you're focused on you, but don't be so focused on you that you like, you get in that mode where it's just like, you're like not even fucking with niggas and you're just that lonely bitch. Because then that's different, because then it's hard to adapt to. When you actually want a nigga, then it's just like, nah, bitch, you don't got no people skills. Like,
yo,
like,
hold up.
Yeah, like, let's get into the
people
bitches that don't got no
skills.
people
Oh
skills.
my
Like,
God.
bitch, like, the fucking,
So-
who raised you, bitch? Like,
So
that
I
is,
realized this, right? My girl, when she doesn't get her way, is very, very, like, her manners sometimes kind of slowly go out the window, but in a dramatic way. Like, so I'm just gonna tell this story real quick. So today we ordered pizza. So the guy comes, we're looking for the nigga, we're trying to figure it out. She gives the wrong door number. They go to whatever E instead of C,
Yeah.
right? For some reason, I don't know why she thought my shit was E. I don't know, whatever, right? So she's like, oh, so we finally catch up to the nigga. We go back upstairs. We talking to the nigga. The nigga pulls out shit that's not ours. So she's like, what? That's not mine. Hold on, wait. I'm like, I'm asking the nigga. I'm handling it. I'm like, is there another order in the car? He's like, no, this is the only order I got. So she's like, no, hold on, wait. We're going with him to the car. I'm like, for what?
nigga said,
I'm like, why are we going to him? Why are we following this man to his car?
Yeah.
She's like, to get the receipt. I'm like, isn't the receipt on the phone? Don't you have two confirmations as the receipt? Like, that didn't dawn on you? Like, when you ordered it once and then when they emailed you? Matter of fact, you got three, because now Pizza Hut doesn't even go through Pizza Hut. They go through DoorDash.
Yeah.
So you got three confirmations of this
Right.
fucking shit. So I'm like, okay. So now she's calling Pizza Hut. She's like, yeah, they got my order messed up. I didn't order any of the stuff that they brought. And I'm just looking like, you're going to get my fucking pizza spit on. Like, that's what's going to happen.
That's the shit I be
Somebody's
thinking
gonna
about. I'd be
spit
like,
on
oh,
my
you're going to
pizza,
get my
bro.
food fucking
Like,
spit in.
you're going to
God.
spit on my pizza. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, fuck, I need to teach this little girl manners, like, which is crazy, because I'm like, yo, you're 20 plus years old, and it's like, what's going on here? Like, I understand you want things your way, but relax. They're still going to bring you your food. And then my mom was talking, and they're like, you know, things are different for girls than guys, because if a girl goes through this, she has to kind of finagle her way, and like things become hard for her. And I'm like, nigga, you tell them straight up on the phone, either look, I get my order or I get a refund.
Yeah.
Which one y'all want to do? And they're like, yeah, but you're a 6'6" black guy. You could do stuff like that. I'm like, no, it's not about being 6'6". You just got to be like, all right, if y'all with the shits, let's get with the shits. I ordered this. Either I'm going to get that or I'm going to get my money back. I don't care which one. It's up to y'all.
Yeah.
And if y'all want to play games, don't act like I can't pull up. Because now I'm going to pull up and I'm going to embarrass niggas.
Yeah, I'm going to call
And then
I'm
I'ma still get my refund. You wanna know why? Because as I'm embarrassing y'all, I'm calling corporate and getting my refund, and I'm going over y'all. So how y'all really want to do this? Like, I don't know. That's one thing. I'm just, when it comes to manners with my girl, I gotta work on that.
See, when my girl gets mad, she just gets petty. That's it. I have a petty mad
You
girlfriend.
think your girl's petty, nigga?
Petty. She just,
You think
she overtly does shit to just, she knows is gonna piss you off.
That's whack.
You think
Shit,
your
you're
girl-
telling me. Like, I'm the one that has to go through it when she's mad at me.
That's true.
You know, my only saving grace is I'll dead leave. I will go home. Oh yeah, I don't play that arguing. I don't play the silent treatment. I don't even like you being mad at me around me. So if you're gonna be mad at me, I can be home and you can be mad at me like
From
by
a
yourself.
distance, yeah.
I'm cool. I don't do none of it. But
I feel you. Well,
because you can't entertain some of that
yeah,
stuff.
no,
after
I don't have the patience for that. I don't
Nigga,
have the
what?
patience
You?
for mad people.
I just be looking like we gonna talk about something that's positive, or we gonna do it because I'm not with all this. What's up?
I've done that a couple of times. I'll dead change the subject to something like completely off. I'm the type that'll see you mad at me and be like, "So how's your day going?" It really piss you off, but I'm just like, we're gonna talk about something. Because if you're not talking to me, then I can dead go home and
My
not
new
talk to
thing
myself.
is, I just start torturing my girl until she stops. So she be kicking and screaming and shit. I just keep torturing her. Cause I'm just like, yo, I'm not doing this. Either you're gonna shut up and you're gonna act better, and then you're gonna learn, or I'm just gonna keep torturing you. 9 times out of 10, she can't take pain like that. So it's like, all right, she's good.
I don't do
What
the
are you
arguments.
doing?
Man.
I just be poking her. Like she can't take if you poke somebody like this little
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right there. See, like right there.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it like her, bro.
Said, don't do it.
Nah, bro, you're alright. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. So I poke her like that.
Yeah.
And she can't take that shit for nothing. She be kicking and screaming, all types of shit. So I do that, and then 9 times out of 10, she's cool. So, you know. But another episode, Militia Uncut, Saturday for y'all. You know, hope you guys appreciated it. Like, comment, subscribe.
Talk about it in the comments.
You know, I don't have a title for this one yet, but probably something about relationships. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or appreciation or pettiness or manners. Who knows?
Throw him back in the water.
Oh, shit. That too. Ooh. I'm telling you, I might have to. Yo, I'm
The
gonna come up with some.
retreat.
I'm gonna come up
Just
with
call it
some.
that.
Yo, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come up with these shows. I got a good 3 show ideas.
Remember, you and me came up
Girlfriend's
with like
Retreat?
2 game shows.
Yeah.
Girlfriend Retreat, that's 1. For the Love of K, that's 2. Coming 2020, y'all. And then 3, I can't say 3 yet, because 3 I feel is gonna be a real hit. But yeah. I'm gonna try to work all these out. Feel me?
See ya tomorrow.
Exactly, big facts. Holla at y'all.
Peace.